Yet another motivational factor for this trip back east is Lincoln High School, a high school I graduated from in 1969. There I am at my senior prom. But this is the 50th high school reunion, and they're getting it all organized. I'm not going to be going, but I'm going to be visiting a lot of good friends there from Lincoln High School. But let me tell you a little bit about Rhode Island first. Rhode Island's a pretty small state, and in my book, Calypso does San Diego County, I bring out the fact that Rhode Island is 3.7 times smaller than San Diego County. And I lived in Lincoln, which is a small part of the state. So small is small is small. And nevertheless, it is Rhode Island. And let me explain a little bit about the motivational factors behind this trip. Focused on, of course, Lincoln, Rhode Island, and all my Lincoln High School friends and the upcoming reunion. But I didn't start off in Lincoln, Rhode Island. I started off in Pawtucket. And here is a map of the area. Okay, but great road. You can see I'm entering on this trip from the south up the 146 and over to Great Road, and then my departure on Sunday, June 2nd, will be out to the 146 and up on its way to Syracuse. But again, that's not where I started. I started on Amherst Avenue in Pawtucket. That's where the rectory was. I'll zoom in here on the street I grew up on. From 2 to 5, that was my world, up and down Amherst Avenue. And my dad, being the clergyman at St. Luke's, we made the trip to St. Luke's for my entire childhood, down Amherst Avenue, down Smithfield Avenue, and then we'd have a couple of different ways of getting to St. Luke's, most often on the back street there, but if he had business to take care of, then we'd go down this part of Smithfield Avenue. So St. Luke's, Amherst Avenue was my world up until the age of 5. Now, I didn't get out much past the Amherst Avenue area, but my dad, being with St. Luke's, got me into St. Dunstan's Boys School. So that's where my mom took over in force and started driving me daily down Amherst Avenue, down Smithfield Avenue, across the bridges, down into Providence, and then up to St. Dunstan's Boys School, which has since been leveled. Now it's Brown University's Advanced Mathematics Department. Seems kind of interesting. So I graduated from St. Dunstan's Boys School at the 6th grade, and at that point I entered Samuel Slater Junior High School. And at that point, many of the people from the church were starting to go, so that from the area of Fairlawn, us junior high school kids would walk down Mineral Spring Avenue and go to Samuel Slater. And that was my junior high school. And due to a teacher's strike, I spent 4 years there, 7, 8, and 9, and then 9 again. So, yeah, I graduated from junior high after 4 years in junior high. At that point, I went to Lincoln Senior High. And about that same time, we moved out of the rectory on Amherst Avenue. So Amherst Avenue was no longer in my life, but my friends still were. So going to Lincoln Senior High was a little bit further north up by the freeway, which didn't exist then. The main street was Highway 116. And we'd get there via Great Road or River Road. And that's pretty much where we hung out. Now, I took a job at the age of 13 and 14 at Al's Horse Barn, right there in Lincoln Woods. And I also worked at the age of 15 and 16 at the YMCA day camp. 17, 18, I spent at Larry's Lincoln Golf, and also on the Wilson's gas station. There's an Atlantic Richfield gas station there on the corner of Higginson and Smithfield. And then also hang out at the Mobile station with some more of my friends in that area. So pretty much hanging around this part, worked up here, and then the high school, which is celebrating its reunion this year. So going to have a good time celebrating our 50th high school reunion, but I won't be at the actual celebration. I'm doing this trip a little bit earlier.